Hi everyone, welcome back again to my YouTube channel. So in today's video we are going to be learning how to make overbust corset with side lacing. So guys, I have an online class that will be coming up soon on blazer, pants and jumpsuits. So this is a sneak peek of what to expect. So details on it will be added soon. Please look forward to it. And the method I used to achieve this is actually the normal regular method, no front arc or back arc. So keep on watching. Let's get into the main tutorial. For material, you are going to be needing roughly a yard of crepe. So for pattern drafting, from the top of your paper, come down by at least 2 inches, and then place your tape at 6 inches, just as you can see, and then come down by your bust point. So I'm marking 10 inches because my bust point is 10 inches. So from that 6 inches, come down by your bust point. Whatever your bust point is, just go ahead and then come down by that inches. So your tape still on that 6 inches, go ahead and then mark your under bust. So for my under bust, I'm going to be working with 13 inches. So your tape still on the 6 inches, go ahead and then mark your half length. So I'm going to be working with 16 inches. So from my half length, which is my waistline, I'm going to come down by 9 inches, which is my waist to hip line. The next step is to go in by your nipple to nipple measurement, divide by 2. So mine is 8, divide by 2 is 4. I will mark it here, mark it on my bust point, on my under bust, my half length, and then on my hip line, and then I'll go ahead and then connect. So what you are going to do next, to this side mark 1 inch, and then to the other side mark 1.5 inch, and then go ahead, use your curve ruler. You are going to curve it into your bust points on both sides. So you are going to repeat the same thing on your under bust. Also mark 1 inch here, and then mark 1.5 inch also here, and then take your curve ruler, also curve it into your bust point. So come over to the hip line, repeat the same thing, mark 1 inch here, mark 1.5 inches here, then connect from your under bust to your hip line like so. Repeat the same thing here, from your under bust also connect to your hip line. So when you're done, come over to the chest line. You are going to divide your across chest by 2. So mine is 14, divided by 2 is 7. So I'm going to go ahead and then mark 7 inches, then replace the dart intake we took. 1 inch plus 1.5 equals to 2.5. So I'm going to replace it here. So I'll come over to my waistline. I'll also mark my waist circumference divided by 4, which is 7, because I'm working with 27 inches. Also replace the 2.5 inches dart. So repeat the same thing on your hip line, your right hip circumference divided by 4. Also replace the 2.5 inches dart intake like so. So I'm just going to extend this line so that I can do that. Okay, so this is my 2.5 inch. So I'm going to connect from my waist to my chest line. So for my waist to hip line, I took it to my actual measurement instead of the 2.5 inch that we added. No cause for alarm, because what we are doing is actually not going to get to the hip line. So come over to your chest line. You are going to go in by 2 inches, come down by 2 inches at the side, and take your curve ruler, curve it in, just as you can see, just curve like so. So when you're done, you are going to come over to the center front, go down by 1/2 inch. If you want it deep, you can actually do 1 inch, then use your curve ruler and then go ahead and then connect like so. So this is it for this. What we are going to do now is to come over here. You are going to come down by 4 inches, and then at the side come down by 2 inches. Here 4 inches, side 2 inches, then use your curve ruler and then connect. So this is it for this. Label this side of it as the side front and then this as the center front. So when you're done, come over to the side. We are going to take off 1 inch. Remember, what we are making is actually overbust corset with side lacing, so just take off 1 inch at the side. So this is it after cutting out. What we are going to do now is to bring it together, align the underbust and the waistline. You can see that we have a little difference at the down. So to correct this, you are going to tape extra paper at the side front. So when you're done, just take your curve ruler and then connect from the side to the center front. Okay, so this is actually to align the down parts. The difference, what brought about the difference, is actually the darts that we cut out. So just align it and then cut out the excess that we won't be needing. Just cut out the excess and then that is it. So this dart actually brought about the difference that we have there. So this is for the side front and the center front. So set it aside, bring in a new pattern paper, place it on it like so. Also align the underbust and the waistline. Okay, so make sure they are equal, make sure they are aligned. So when you are done aligning it, all you are going to do is to trace out everything that you have. Okay, just trace out the top, trace out the side. You can see I'm actually dotting it so that we use my ruler to finish it up. So I'm just dotting it and I'm going to note the midpoint here. I will do the same thing to the top and then mark the underbust, then mark the waistline. Okay, and then I will take off my pattern and then I'll use my ruler to finish it up. I'll just trace here and then trace the side also, and then the midpoint I'm also going to do the same thing. And then since I'm just going to mark the waistline and then the hemline, so we need just the waistline actually, so you can ignore the underbust, we don't need it anymore. So I'm going to check to see if it's okay. And then this is the center back and then there's the side back. So what we are going to do now is to go in by ½ inch from the center back and then you are going to connect it to the top and then also bring it down. Okay, go in by ½ inch, connect it to the top and then bring it down. So when you are done, I'm going to just check to see if this is okay. So the center back, you are going to go down by 1 inch or 1½ inch and then go ahead and then connect like so. So why we are doing this is actually to reduce the height of the back. You can actually go down more than this, but just make sure that your side front is aligning with the side back. That's the only point that you don't need to alter. So when you're done, slit it open like this. So this is the side back, this is the center back. So what you are going to do, go in by 1 centimeter on this side, go in by 1 centimeter also on this other side. You are using centimeter, please, not ½ inch. Then connect to the top, bring it down, do the same thing to this side, connect to the top, bring it down, and then use your paper scissors to cut out. So this is it for the whole pattern. This is the center front, center back, and then side back. So we are going to cut out. So just add half inch and cut out. You are not adding 1 inch, you are not adding any other allowance apart from just add half inch round each of it and then cut out. Please note that you are not cutting the center front on fold. It's going to be in piece. So I'm going to use my paper stay to actually stay this piece that I have here. So I have already done that. As you can see, I added stay to both the lining and the main piece. So I'm using crepe as my lining. I'm also using it as the main piece. So what we are going to do is to join. So bring in the center front. So this is the center front. I'm going to open it up. So as you can see, remember, like I said, that I'm using crepe as the main piece and then as the lining. So this is for the lining and then this is for the main piece. So just place it right side facing the right side and then pin down. So repeat the same thing on the lining. The second piece, just place it right side facing the right side and then pin down as well. So when you are done with the center front, bring in the side front. Also place it right side facing the right side and then pin down. So we are joining by half inch. Join here by half inch. The center point, join it by half inch. So remember, whatever you are doing to the main piece, do the same to the lining. So bring in the center back and the side back. So what we are going to do for the center back, just bring out one piece. Please, you need to be careful. Make sure your pattern is not far from whatever piece that you cut out so that you won't mistake side front with side back. So just set it like this. You are going to place it right side facing the right side and then pin down. So what you are going to do, pin your pattern back on the other piece that you have left, and then what we are going to do is to open it up like so and then bring in your side back. So you are also going to join the side back. So you need to be careful here. Just take off your pattern also. Remember, the shorter side is the side, so just place it like this and then you are going to pin down. So after pinning down, bring in the other piece and then you are also going to place it right side facing the right side. Okay, so guys, every piece that we pin down, we are going to be joining it by the half inch. We are going to be joining it by half inch, and then another thing you are going to do is to repeat the same thing on the other piece that is going to be for the lining. So join each of the point by half inch and then iron out. So I will do just that and then I'll bring it back. So this is it for both pieces. So I already joined and then I iron out, and then this is it for the back. So remember, like I said, I'm using it as the lining and then as the main piece. So what we are going to do now is to take off the main piece. So whichever one you want to use as the main piece, take it off. And then what you are going to do is to bring in your bias. So you are going to go ahead and then create boning channel on the lining. So I'm just going to cut this. So you are adding both the back and the front. Okay, you are adding both the back and the front. So I'll go ahead and create my boning channel and then I'll bring it back. So this is it after creating my boning channel. What I'm going to do now, I'm going to turn it like so, and then I'm going to bring in the main piece. So I'm going to place it right side facing the right side and then pin down at the top. So take the front piece, you are also going to place it right side facing the right side and then pin down as well. So all you need to do now is to go over to your machine, join by 1/2 inch, and then join at this point by 1/2 inch. So this is it. After doing that, I already joined on both ends by 1/2 inch. So what we are going to do now is to insert your boning. So to each of the boning channel you created, make sure you mark at 1/2 inch at the down and then insert your boning. So I just use this as example for us. You can see I already actually inserted boning on each of the boning channel. So what we are going to do now is to come over to the down. So what we are going to do, just pin it round. So when you are done with that, go ahead and then mark at 1/2 inch at the side. And at the bottom, also mark at 1/2 inch. So come over to this side, also mark at 1/2 inch as well. So what you're going to do, you are going to join by 1/2 inch and then stop at that 1/2 inch, okay, and then do the same thing here. So the 1/2 inch will mark at the side. You are going to fold it in and then iron out. So you are going to fold. Let me lose this point. I stitch these parts to the end. So what you are going to do, you are going to iron it in. Just sew it down by 1/2 inch, but the side don't stitch, please. Iron it into this side and then iron the other side to this other side. So repeat the same thing on this side, iron in 1/2 inch and then iron in 1/2 inch. So repeat the same thing also here, sew it down by 1/2 inch and then iron in at the side. So this is it. After doing that, as you can see, I iron in 1/2 inch at the side and then I joined it down by 1/2 inch. So this is for this. So what we are going to do now, as you can see, we already enclose everything, so we only have the both side opening. So just turn out from the side, okay, carefully turn out from the side. This is what we are going to be having. So do the same thing to the side. So remember to fold in your 1/2 inch that you iron in, okay, please, very important. Fold in the 1/2 inch very well. You can see what I'm doing. Do the same thing to this side and then come over here. You are also going to turn at the side, okay, turn it at the side. When you turn, also fold in your 1/2 inch. So you are going to cut out your loop, okay, so just join strap and then cut out your loop. So it should be about a length of 2.5 inch. So what you are going to do, you are going to add it to in between the front and back. So add it at the top there and then pin down. So guys, please make sure you actually iron in your 1/2 inch very well. So it's going to be in between the up and down, and then the difference should be 1.5 inch, except if you actually prefer, if you have a way of doing it that you prefer more than 1.5 inch. So whatever works for you, but I'm doing a distance of 1.5 inch in between the loop. So depending on you, it depends on you, it depends on what you want. If you think maybe 1.5 inch is too small, you can do to 2 inches. So whatever works for you, but like I said, I'm doing a distance of 1/2 inch, of 1.5 inch, sorry. So I'm just going to be putting it in. So make sure that the space you are going to leave out will be enough to pass your strap through. So you can see we don't have zipper, so it's going to have side loop. You already seen my finished look at the beginning of this video, so make sure you leave out enough space. when you maintain 1.5 inch, whatever you have left on the down part or the last one, just do whatever you can do to also insert it there. Even if it's not up to 1.5 inch or it's more than 1.5 inch, just insert it there. So what you're going to do is to sew very close. Okay, sew by 0.1. make sure your stitch is very straight and neat, or you can use your tape rule to actually mark at 0.1 so that you can actually have a straight stitch. So whatever we do here, we are going to do it on this side and then do it on the back also. So the same way, I'll go ahead and do that. So this is it. As you can see, I did the same thing to the front, to the back. Okay, so this is what we have here. So another thing we are going to do is to get a very long loop, a very long strap, sorry, get a very long strap. So what you are going to do, you are going to just like lace it on this side and then lace it on the side. So this is all for this video. Thank you so much for watching. So if you find my video helpful, please don't forget to leave a comment, like, and then if you're yet to follow me on Instagram, please follow me on Instagram at Dress to Fit by Lillian. Thank you so much for your support. See you in my next video. Bye bye.